Okay, we're in North Wales today. It's an Aquaduct Classics trial just north of Llangollen, and the event should be really for classic British bikes, which are sort of pre-1970, and then slightly more modern twin shocks like the bike we've got here today, and then some more modern bikes. Okay, this is an SWM. It's got an Austrian Rotax engine. This model was initially made in 1978, and we've just finished a restoration on this for this season. It's not quite as it was. We've made some additions to it. More notably, we've got some slightly more modern forks, but the rest of it is fairly standard as it was back in the late 70s. SWM, as I say, it was an Italian bike manufacturer that used this Austrian Rotax engine, and they had some quite good success in the around 1980, and Gilles Bergerac won the World Championship on one of these bikes. Ecotricity are my sponsor for this year. They're a green energy company based down in Stroud, and although it seems quite illogical that a green energy company that looks after wind farms and new forms of energy that they want to be involved in sponsoring a motorcycle event or a motorcycle rider, but what they're actually about is looking at generating new forms of energy, but also the way the energy is used. And I suppose primarily Classic Trials is about recycling, so it does fit to a degree, but we're also looking at how energy is used, and they've already developed a concept electric sports car in a Lotus shell, and we're starting to work on a project to look at electric engines in motorcycles, and that means that I'm helping with a bit of the work on how an engine could work, and possibly how an engine could work in a trials bike, and that's where the link and the tie-in comes in there. But really, Ecotricity are at the forefront of renewable energy solutions in the UK. There seemed to be quite a gap in the trials for SWMs, so we decided that we'd go with this model for this season. We haven't made too many changes, mainly just to update it really. As I said before, we've used forks off a 1996 Beta that you can see there, gold stanchions. They're still 38mm forks, which they used later on these models, but the forks are quite progressive in the way that they work, and they're quite adjustable, which makes them a little bit better. The rest of the things, although they look quite new, they're still the original, same rims, same hubs and brakes that were on the bike. The engine is no different, it's very standard built. It's still running on points ignition rather than electronic ignition. And the only other thing really, probably the shocks would have been a bit newer now and a bit more advanced than back in the late 70s, early 80s. But again, still twin shocked, so no real advancement.